Today's lesson is lesson 111, identifying acute and obtuse angles and measuring angles with a protractor. So a few days ago, we used the hands on the clock to show angles. So if I wanted to show a straight angle on the clock, I would draw a line that my minute hand pointing right up at 12 and my hour hand pointing right down at 6. So that's a straight angle. And a straight angle has 180 degrees. If I wanted to draw a right angle, I would start with pointing my minute hand up the 12 and my hour hand pointing at the 3. A right angle has 90 degrees. This is a right and a straight angle. Okay, so there are two other special names mathematicians use to describe the size of angles. Angles that are less than 90 degrees are called acute angles. Angles that are in between 90 and 180 degrees are called obtuse angles. So an acute angle would look like this. It's less than 90 degrees, and an obtuse angle is greater than 90 degrees. So if you look at these four angles, you can tell that angle 3 is a right angle. Okay, so I would call that a right angle, and we know that right angles have to be 90 degrees. Okay, but I can check that by using a protractor. With a protractor, you want to line up the crosshairs on the protractor with the vertex of your angle and the line. You have to make sure that one of the lines is on the bottom line here like this. Okay, so like that one is. So you can see that the arrow points up to 90 degrees. Okay, so if we want to measure angle 1, I would take my protractor, line it up so the crosshairs are on the vertex, and that one of the line segments, in this case AB, AB is along that bottom line. Okay, and then I look to see where that arrow is pointing. So it's a little hard to see, but you can tell it's going through this number. And you know that this is an acute angle, so it can't be 150 degrees, so it has to be the smaller amount, which is 30 degrees. Okay, so we check with the next one, the protractor. Line up the crosshairs with the vertex and make sure that one side of the angle is on the 0 line. Okay, and we follow this angle up, and you can tell that this is an obtuse angle. So you have two numbers up here, 60 or 120. Since it's obtuse, this angle has to equal 120 degrees because it's greater than 90. All right, so the next one, if you look, if I try to just line up the vertex, neither of the lines line up with this 0 line like I need it to. So I'm going to have to rotate my protractor so that the crosshairs are on the vertex, and so that one of the lines lines up with the 0. Okay, so lines up with the 0. Then I follow the other line up, and it's pointing in between 130 and 140. So since this is also an obtuse angle, I know it has to be 135 degrees. Okay, and that's it for this lesson. Good luck on your homework.